Well, Lima, how much game time did you enjoy in Australia?
Played 2 full halves, one against Brumbies and one against the Rebels. Yeah, it was good.
And quickly back into stride, do you feel that the team is starting to gel?
Yeah, they are. We've got a really good mix and obviously some pretty good coaches as well, and I think our game plan's coming along nicely, but you never know until the season starts, eh? So we'll see what happens when the bright lights come on.
And plenty of competition in the first 5 role this year. Pressure on you?
Yeah, there always is, you know. I guess that's the beauty of it, and it helps you perform, and we tend to try to push each other as hard as possible, as well as obviously looking to achieve our own goals at the same time.
Can we expect any change or radical change in style in the way the Highlanders played? Because they were very entertaining last year.
Hopefully a few more tries. That'd be nice. Maybe a few more wins. When we lost, we sort of lost within 7, so we got a couple more bonus points, and when we won, you know, we picked up a few 4-try bonus points, and that really helped in the end. I mean, we didn't go so well at the back end of the season, didn't pick up as many wins as we would have liked, but because we had built up a few bonus point wins, then we got away with it in the end, snuck in there.
Is that a case of just attrition, really? Because there's no break in the Super 15 this year, so you're going to have to be on top of your game for the whole 18 weeks, whatever it is.
Yeah, it is, and you know, obviously we're going to have to rotate effectively and play good and win the close games, and yeah, see what happens.
How did your body feel at the end of that season last year? You had to turn up again for NPC a few weeks later, but did you feel you'd been sort of spent? Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a big old trip, and having to go over to the Waratahs and getting pumped there, and then not coming home, going all the way over to South Africa, and you know, missing out by a whisker is pretty hard, and then flying all the way home is just all a bit taxing, but that's professional rugby. Do you think you're physically better prepared this year in terms of fitness and, you know, just being sharp? Yeah, I think so. I think our trainer, Wendell, has done a heck of a great job with us this pre-season. Hopefully we see some results early on and maybe at the back end as well. Must be a huge buzz for the Canterbury game, knowing there's going to be a big crowd all behind you and the typical, you know, hype of the stadium. Yeah, I think so. You know, I think the city will get behind us really well, and being O week with all the students as well, I think they'll get up and get us pumping for that game. And obviously it's the old battle of the South, isn't it? You know, the so-called big brother versus little brother. There's always a lot of talk too, the Crusaders are slow starters, it takes a while to get all their All Blacks back, and do you think they're vulnerable early? Oh, it's hard to tell. You know, they're a quality outfit. They got All Blacks right across the park, so I guess you can't really say too much on that. They were pretty much the winners last year in the Super 15, if it wasn't for a penalty and you know, a pretty clutch kick. So at the end of the day, the Crusaders are the Crusaders for one reason, because they're very, very good. What about the new guys in the team? They fitted in well? Have they appreciated the Highlanders culture? Yeah, I think they have, and because all of us are from out of town, we tend to spend a lot of time with each other, and you know, for a lot of us, we don't have families and some of our good mates down here, so you know, we have to hang out with each other, and we have to like each other, and we have to, you know, sort of mix and mingle. So it's been really good and really great to meet a lot of different personalities. It's been awesome. You don't call yourself a Southern man yet? I mean, you play for Highlanders in Southland. Yeah, I don't think many people consider me a Southern man though, you know. I love it down here, and to be honest, yeah, it's pretty much home. Been down here, and no, I love it. You enjoyed that time in Southland? I mean, one thing I noticed at training, you were the happiest guy in the park. You seemed to really thrive. Yeah, it was awesome, eh? Good bunch of guys down there. And I played with a lot of them, Boise, Whopper, Cabbage, all those guys, and then obviously all the young boys coming through. And then meeting up with Scott E down there has been awesome as well. He came and stayed with me up here when he was here with us through the pre-season, so it's been really awesome. And I loved it down there, except for the weather. Well, Ben, just before we talk about Highlanders, I want to talk about sevens. There's a lot of speculation about who's going to be in the Olympic sevens, even this far out. Your name is often in the first seven in the fans' minds, but is that a reality or something on your radar in the distance?
It's something they're going to have to think about in the next few months, I think. there's a few different processes that they go through, and it's something that I would probably like to try my hand at, but I'll see how we go.
How hard is it physically if players do interchange from 15s to 7? Is that a physical possibility, or do you really need to focus on just one?
I think you're going to have to play a few tournaments if you want to give it a good crack. So I'm not too sure how everything's going to work, but it's an exciting prospect for every rugby player, I think, and obviously the Sevens team are doing pretty well, and it was good to see them go well in Wellington.
All right, let's back to 15s now and the immediate challenge of the Crusaders, but reflect on the pre-season from a captain's point of view. You're happy with the way the team's pulled together?
Yeah, I've just watched it on video really the last 3 games, and the boys are playing really well, and probably unlucky not to be 3 from 3. The Rebels game it just came down to a couple of points, so the boys are playing really well, and got another chance tomorrow night to have a bit of a hit out before the Crusaders the week after.
So what's your personal workload been during this pre-season? Obviously you're just easing your way back into it.
I don't know about easing. We've been working pretty hard, and the trainers have had us doing a few different things, so we've been trying to get our fitness levels right up and trying to catch up with the rest of the boys that have been doing pre-season for a couple of months, so really looking forward to everything kicking off.
How was your body at the end of last year, at the end of all the heavy program? Were you felt you were due a break?
I think every time you get a few months off, you really enjoy it, and a good chance to get away from rugby and spend time with family and friends and get away to different destinations. All the boys go sort of all over New Zealand, so it's a good chance to enjoy the sun, and we've had a pretty good summer, so really enjoyed that.
Let's talk about the captaincy role shared with Nasi Manu, and are you going to do anything different this year, or do you think you've found the right chemistry to make it work?
I think we've found a bit of a method that worked last year. Is, one of us will try and drive the week, and then we'll rotate it around, and the other will drive the following week, so that we're always getting a bit of a breather, so that we can chip in when we have to, but it just means that we're really contributing to the team really well from week to week.
What about that crucial moment, the last 5 minutes of a game? Is that a consultation process if there are some key decisions to be made? Yeah,
I think we probably learned a wee bit out of that last year. We were probably both co-captains, and we learned that we needed to have an on-field captain, so we made that really clear who that would be from week to week, and then that person made the decisions. If they were in a wee bit of doubt, they could always ask the other one, but at the end of the day, every decision's the right one. You just got to back it and go through with it, so we probably learned that last year, that you just got to get out there and make that decision. The other person will back you up. And
you've got some really wise heads around you too to help out, haven't you? And
we've got a lot of guys that have played a lot of Super Rugby. The likes of Aaron Smith and Joe Wheeler and Shane Christie, and guys that are big leaders in the team. Sean Treby, I probably list quite a few, but they're big for our team, and it's good to know that they're right behind us, and they can guide us with our leadership with the rest of the team.
The season's non-stop this year. You don't have that lull, which is good for the fans because it keeps them engaged, but is that good for you?
Obviously the bye is probably not ideal starting off the competition, but it is what it is, and we're lucky enough to get quite a few of our home games early on, so if we can really put a stake in the ground and really put up a good fight at home, we could start to get our season underway with a bang. So it's going to be a big challenge playing the Crusaders here next week, but we're really looking forward to it, and that's the games you want to play in, as games against Crusaders at home in front of hopefully a really good crowd at Forsyth Park Stadium.
And it must be nice to imagine to be in your home bed for the next 6 weeks, knowing you're pretty much in Otago and not having to worry about what flight to catch. Yeah,
it is. It's really good. Yeah, you don't have to worry about going out to the Dunedin airport and coming back, so you can just settle in at home and really. I think your preparation's a bit better at home. You feel a bit more relaxed. You're not moving around too much, and you can really nail these next few weeks, knowing that you're settled.